welcome to Vima, Vikas, Vartalap. This is an initiative by Insurance Institute of India, and I am Jayanth Kumar, faculty member, Life Insurance from College of Insurance, Insurance Institute of India. Vima, Vikas, Vartalap is a platform through which we bring candid and insightful conversations with industry leaders, regulators, and opinion makers. This episode, we may call it as Diwali special episode. A very happy Diwali wishes to all the audience as well as our guest, Shri Nilesh Sathe, a veteran of life insurance industry. He has more than 40 years of experience, held very important positions of member IRDAI. He was CEO of LIC Mutual Fund, and he was also executive director of LIC of India. He was very well known for conceptual clarity and thought leadership, strategy and decisiveness, and bold and articulate speaker. He's a born fighter and cancer survivor, and above all, he has a heart of gold. He donated all his retirement earnings to charity without any publicity. In short, he's truly an inspiration to many admirers within the industry and outside. Sir, very good morning and welcome to Vima, Vikas, Vartalap. Sir, I wish to just give a very small background. All of us know that insurance regulator has unveiled a very bold vision of giving access to insurance to all the citizens of India by the year 2047. That is the centenary year of Indian independence. Not only that, regulator undertook a lot of reforms and many initiatives, very unique initiatives, be it Vima Sugam, which is a tech platform, which will be like a UPI movement for insurance sector, as it is being called. And you have Vima Vistar, a combi product. And we also have the Vima Vahak, a female-centric channel, probably to cover the last mile connectivity. So to begin with, I would like to ask you, with all your experience, both at regulator as well as the industry, this bold vision of 2047, covering every citizen of India, do you think it is really feasible? And if at all feasible, then what are the things which we should do?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Jayanth Kumar, for the elaborate and liberal introduction. Secondly, associating me with your new project. Coming to the question that you have asked, whether it is possible for what IRDAI has decided by 2047, is it doable? To me, the answer is yes. And I will give you the example. Never ever we had imagined that insurance will be sold as a protection instrument. It was always looked in as a savings-oriented protection instrument, but not as a pure protection instrument. And we have seen the millennials of the present century, the youngsters, they are more on buying insurance only for the purpose of protecting their lives, means term insurance plans. And how especially the private insurance companies are have a bigger share in risk coverage, that is sum assured, out of the total sum assured that is sold. That also we have seen. So the first thing is importance of insurance is increasing. More and more youngsters are becoming aware of importance of insurance, and they are buying insurance. We always, when we used to be as insurance marketeers, we used to say that insurance is not a pull product, it is a push product. It has to be pushed. But honestly, let me tell you, the new generation understands that I should, even if no insurance agent comes to me, I should go to the insurance site, web aggregator site, maybe broker's site, find out which type of plan suits me, and I should buy the insurance first as soon as I start my earnings. So this is a change, perceptible change that we have seen in the last couple of years. So is it possible by 2047? Answer is yes, because insurance awareness is going to increase, and more so the education level is also increasing. The third most important thing, Jayanth, here is the GDP of India is increasing by leaps and bounds. In the last couple of years, we have seen India in GDP is now at the 5th position, overcoming UK. And it is predicted that in the next decade, India will occupy the 3rd position in GDP, absolute GDP. Now, see, we have seen that when GDP goes up, the propensity to save also increases. Today, with at least 30 or 40% of the people living below poverty line, we cannot expect that each one of them will buy insurance, because the first need of life is roti, kapda, makan. Unless that is satisfied, insurance comes next. So by 2047, whether the basic needs of life, that is roti, kapda or makan, can be satisfied for the general public? If the answer is yes, I think whatever IRDAI has thought about as their dream is also achievable. And going by the economy that we are looking at, the per capita income, which is pretty low today, is also increasing year after year. And with the control in population and increase in GDP, India is the fastest growing economy today. So this is possible in the sense, I don't think that it is a daydreaming that by 2047, every insurable person should be insured. No, I don't think so. It is very well possible, and we can achieve it.
Sir, I'm very happy to start this conversation on a very positive and optimistic note. But of course, this is also a challenge which requires the actions from almost all stakeholders, not just insurers or regulator, but even government and others. So do you have any views on what various other stakeholders also need to play part?
Yeah, Jayanth Kumar, it should not be thought that it is only the vision of IRDAI. Yeah. I think it is the vision of everybody, including the government and every stakeholder. Because if it is the vision of IRDAI, we know that when people change at the helm of affairs, the vision, new vision will also undergo a change. That should not happen. This should be our long-term target, that every stakeholder should keep before him that this is what we want to achieve. Just look at the target that we have kept, that we want to become a $5 billion economy. Now, this is not the vision only of the Prime Minister. It should be a vision of everybody. And every stakeholder should keep contributing towards this vision. So similarly here, I am also of the same view that government has got a greater role to play. Just to give an example, the 18% GST on life insurance is something which is a pain point for everybody. 18% is too high. Honestly, if we consider insurance as a necessity of life, then no necessity of life is coming under the GST bracket. So why insurance should be under the GST bracket? So honestly, there should not be GST on insurance. And if at all government thinks that some rate should be there, then minimum rate of GST should be charged for insurance. This is one thing which government can do. Second is the PMJJBY and PMSBY, which are the two flagship schemes of the government, I will say, because when they were introduced, everybody was skeptical about it, that whether term insurance will be bought by the poor people. But we have seen the number of persons who are insured under this. And let us not go by what number it is, but easy operation, ease of doing business, as we call now, that is 100% there in these two schemes. No reminder is required. Once you start the contribution to schemes, automatically on due date in the month of June, the account will be debited and your you will continue to get the insurance cover for the next year. Now, this is the simplest form of product which we can ever think of as far as insurance is concerned. But then what is required is banks are probably not considering it as their product. Everybody is thinking as if it is insurance product. It is not insurance product. It is the product of everybody, and banks have a role to play. They are getting commission on this, and substantial amount of commission, I will say. And to that extent, the cost of product is going up. And banks, unfortunately, I have not seen, are very enthusiastic in promoting this product, these products. So that is something which should be done. And government again has got a greater role to play in this, because if we have seen that when there is some push from the government, how the banks respond. So on this also, not just 10 crore, 20 crore, but at least every bank account holder who is below 40 years in case of PMJJBY and 50 years in case of PMSBY should be insured under these two schemes, should be the target which the bank should take on themselves, and government should push it. So this is the role which government should play. Second is, there is something called as SRO, self-regulatory organization, which is, in case of mutual funds, it is AMFI, and in case of insurance companies, it is Life Council and General Insurance Council. Now, these two also have a great role to play in promoting the importance of insurance through advertisements mainly. We have seen how SIPs have grown and how AMFI has played a role in that. Similar role should be played by the SROs of insurance companies, that is the Life Council and the General Council. And more and more people should become aware that insurance is a necessity of life. And that is something which role SRO should play. The insurance companies also have a role to play, no doubt about it. But more importantly, there can be a curriculum on insurance as additional, add-on for CBSE curriculum on financial literacy, in which insurance can be a chapter. So this is something which can be done. These are a couple of things which I thought will definitely help us to achieve what is the mission that we have kept in by 2047.
Sir, you have already touched the insurance awareness part of it and the role which probably the councils can take up more vigorously and actively. And you also touched upon simplicity of the products, probably which could really reach out to everyone and make sense to them. May I ask you about distribution, basically? Now we have distribution set up, and IRDAI has come up with the Vima Vahak scheme, which is yet to start, of course, and which will be probably helpful in last mile connectivity with female-centric distribution channel. Do you have any views on this particular thing, and as well as distribution in general, sir?
See, distributors have a role to play, no doubt about it. But at the same time, if I can seamlessly buy a product online using my app, why I will not do that? Secondly, if it is going to be cheaper for me. Now, a large number of persons in India are mobile users, but they do not know what is the app, whether IRDAI has got a site, whether LIC has got an app. How do I buy insurance online? This will go up with usage. And as I said, with the Vima Sugam platform, which is likely to be created by IRDAI in a short while, like mutual funds have a common platform through Karvi and CAMS. And a lot number of people are going to those sites and buying directly. It is not a company specific platform. The products of all mutual funds are available there. You can simply go, compare, and buy. A similar one, if it is introduced by IRDA quickly, but more importantly, it should be seamless, because the IT infrastructure, if I am not comfortable using it, if it is taking more time, the youngsters are very impatient. And once they give it up, they will never come back to the site again. So very robust infrastructure, IT infrastructure is required. Let us test it time and again before making a haste in getting it done in time limit. But once it is introduced, it should be absolutely seamless, and people should get attracted to go to that site and buy a product, especially when it is slightly cheaper. Bima Vahak again is a good concept, no doubt about it. It is a woman-centric concept, but then every Gram Panchayat should have a Bima Vahak. That is what we have thought of. And for that, IRDA has taken good steps. States are earmarked for insurance companies. They have to ensure that this is implemented. But again, here, government has a greater role to play. Gram Panchayats should own it. Owning is important. They should not consider that it is something which is thrust on them. And IRDA, who is IRDA? Why is it that they want? That should not happen. And for that, there should be a continuous dialogue, not with only with the state government, central government, but at a lower level with the Gram Sevaks and Gram Panchayat, Sarpanch also. That how it is going to help us, how it is going to help the people staying in that Gram Panchayat jurisdiction, how they will help. And once they come to know that a single death has happened in the Gram Panchayat vicinity and the bereaved family has got a claim seamlessly, this itself is, icing on the cake. Because once they understand that, see, the family has got good amount of money and they have not again gone back to the below poverty line, they continue to be above poverty line, that itself will popularize it. But this starting trouble should not be there. So government, in my opinion, should issue a circular to all state governments, and state governments in turn to all the taluka and gram panchayats, that you identify some educated lady in your village who is at least a matriculate, and give them a table and chair to sit, promote this when you have your meetings, that what is the role of Bima Vahak, and ensure that the cheap insurance plans, I'm not saying savings oriented, but at least protection, the PMJJBY and PMSBY, how they can be done through these Bima Vahaks, and thereby more and more people in the Gram Panchayat area should get covered. Once this is done, I think that is definitely going to be a positive step towards again achieving the goal or the mission that we have.
Very nice, sir. Thank you so much. But one final question before you let you go, sir. You talked of the millennial and Generation Z, which is very comfortable in the digital medium. And we have another aspect to it, that is graying of India, old citizens requiring pension products kind of things. And the life insurers have to really be able to choose their communication strategies, both mediums or both target segments, deftly manipulating and really changing again gears. How do you think it will pan out, sir? Such.
Yeah, Jayanth Kumar, you know that dying too early and living too long, these are the two areas which are coming under jurisdiction of insurance. But unfortunately or fortunately, whatever it is, in 2004, government carved out PFRDA and came out with NPS, new pension scheme, and thereby the scope of insurance in providing pension has come down drastically, I will say, for two reasons. One is in income tax, there is no parity in contribution to the annuity plans of insurance companies and contribution to NPS. NPS is given a favorable treatment. This is one part. Secondly, this is one more regulator which has been created. So I am personally of a view that there is no need to have another regulator for pension segment. But when it has been done, at least there should be on par treatment for the customers who are contributing towards pension, may be through life insurance companies or through the NPS. At least that is a minimum thing which should be done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to Insurance Institute of India on the Vima Vikas Vartalap. We have stayed close to the target of Vikas of Vima and reaching 2047 goal of every Indian citizen with insurance access. Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayanth Kumar, for making me associate with your project. Thank you.